Ladies and gentlemen, recovering emo kids, my name is Robb Laffoon, and this is Emo Kids Anonymous. Unfortunately, my co-host Amanda could not be here today. She's still on her PTO. However, she is here in spirit, okay? Look, you know how I feel about the Funko Popification of America, okay? But Amanda, I miss you. I even have in the background here Patrick Stump Funko Pop. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it, okay? Anyways, today our interview is with a band, Good Sleepy. Good Sleepy, they have a new single that just came out today. It's called ZZZ, however the hell you want to say it. I've already, in the interview, you'll see I've given them a little guff over making me sound like an asshole saying this song name. It's a super cool conversation. I got Seth, the guitarist, here. I really threw this at them last minute. I got an email from their team a couple days ago, and I'm like, yeah, nee. And then I was like, oh shit, I listened, cool ass fucking band, and a lot of mutual friends. I'm like, fuck, like these guys are ball knowers, and I hit him up. I was like, fuck, are they free in the next 2 days? You know? And they're like, yeah, let's throw something together tonight. So I was able to steal Seth for a little bit. And he was nice enough to join me. And before we get to that, let's handle some business. Need you to go follow, subscribe, all that stuff. At Emo Kids Anonymous on TikTok, Instagram, Emo Kids Anon Pod on Twitter, EMOKIDSAnonymous.com. Go subscribe, follow, Spotify, Apple, whatever you're watching this. Leave a review, leave a comment. All that shit would be really cool. I've been doing a lot of authoring and writing. I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm one of the more renowned and respected music journalists in the world right now. They're saying, many are saying this, and you can go read my Emo All-Stars and Freshman 15 list of 2025 over at neveraphasenetwork.com. That's neveraphasenetwork.com. The whole team at NapNet, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We have the year-end review list, the album of the year, song of the year, EP of the year, most anticipated for 2026. We got a lot of cool shit going on beyond just good times. So, go follow Never a Phase Network at Never a Phase Network on Twitter and Instagram, and I believe we are Never a Phase Net on Twitter. We just started the Twitter. I ain't really vibing there. More importantly, though, go join our Discord. It goes down on the Cord. The Cord ain't just for the furries and the perverts anymore, okay? It's a good time for all. Come argue with me about emo music. Go follow and check out our sister pods. We have Stereo Therapy. We have the Ska Mailman podcast. And we recently just added to the Never a Phase Network team the Imperfect Dads podcast, hosted by my good friend Devin. This is a super cool podcast where they dive into, fatherhood, having kids, the challenges of that. Super fucking wildly introspective, and a show that's far too mature for me. I actually did an episode with Devin. I'll link that down in the description here for you to check out. Super cool show. He's actually had some major guests. Like, we have some cool bands on here. This motherfucker gets some like huge guys on there where they just talk about their kids and stuff. It's super cool. Now, all that being said, fellas, are you listening to me? Did you know that 1 in 3 of us just completely ignore our skincare routine? Look, it says 1 in 3, but I don't really buy that. I think it's more like 6 out of 7, you know? Shout out Trophy Case Kid. 6 out of 7 men just ignoring their face routine. I know it's because, I don't know, is it like a lady thing? Is it just we're lazy? Is it we like the feeling of being kind of dirty? Look, I have 1 bottle in my shower prior to this stuff showing up. I had one bottle in my shower of shampoo that I was using as soap, as shampoo, as face wash, everything. Just lazy, but time is catching up, okay? Look at me. I got wrinkles like a motherfucker. I'm really looking to fix this. The good news is I found a way to fix it. Brotege. That's right, Brotege, good boy protection. Created by our friend Gabe Supporter, Mr. Midtown, Mr. Cobra himself, Brotege is the all-in-one solution to help your face go from fucky to fresh. That's right, get your face from fucky to fresh with Brotege. All in one, gets you looking real nice. And here's the kicker. If you enter Emo Kids at checkout, you get your first bottle for only $10. You can't get a damn thing for $10 in this world anymore, okay? But you can get Brotege, and you can get some beauty back. You can start looking hot and start attracting whatever gender or sex it is you're trying to attract, okay? I'm hearing rumors, this hasn't been confirmed by the Brotege team, but I'm hearing rumors that this stuff is making you 726% more desirable to the desired mates. Is that true? It looks like it is. So head over to Brotege.com, enter Emo Kids at checkout, $10, first bottle. Great deal. Now, Moving on. My guest today, Seth from the band Good Sleepy. This is a Central Massachusetts band. And let me just say, this is a super cool conversation. Seth is the homie, but Seth made me feel fucking chopped and washed and unk. This dude was not alive for 9/11. He's born in 2002, so I felt old as hell. But let me just say, so impressed just with the story of this band starting out in high school, recording with fucking with Gary from Crime and Stereo and Chris from Hot Mulligan when they're, 18 and younger, dealing with No Sleep Records, which I'm sure you guys have heard some stuff about. We get into that a bit. And more importantly, just, getting into the details of their newest record, Constant Humming, which comes out in February. That new single that came out today, I mentioned ZZZ, it fucking rips. If you're into, honestly, any of that third wave emo stuff that you talk about a lot in episodes here, even, Day to Remember type pop punky, melodic hardcore stuff, this song is maybe for you. It's a really cool yet logical departure for the band coming off their last album. And I'm about halfway through their new one, and it's great. Their full length comes out, Constant Humming. It comes out on February 13th. And I think you guys are gonna fucking love it a lot, and you're gonna like this conversation with Seth here. I don't really have anything else to say. Seth, thanks for joining me. I still think it's fucked up. You made me feel so old, but nevertheless, enjoy my interview with Seth from Good Sleepy. You're right here. I just checked out, obviously, the new single, and I'm about halfway through the album and stuff like that, so we'll get into that. But, in the meantime, I guess fill people in on a little bit of the backstory on Good Sleepy here. You guys have a cool, obviously running in cool circles. I've seen the name pop up. Friends with a lot of our friends. You guys have been doing cool shit. Give these people a lowdown in case they're not fucking cool enough to know.
Yeah, we're from Worcester, Massachusetts. Like you said, we're from Mass here. We started back, me and the kid who sings and plays bass, his name's Thomas. We started in high school. Like we met freshman year high school, and it just started like just us two, just like messing around because we both like Marietta. So we were like, oh hell yeah, like this is sick. And then we eventually, added members just like through like house shows and stuff. Like Thomas's older brother had a band. They would throw a lot of house shows and stuff, and we just thought that was like really sick, like watching these like older kids, because we were like 13 or 14, watching these like 17, 18-year-old. We thought it was sick, so we were like, oh, we gotta do this. So we just like started the band. We got Ryan in, and then later on we got so we were a three-piece for a while, and then we didn't have a bass player because Thomas actually played drums. So that was it was super weird. And then we're like, okay, wait, Thomas, since you sing, let's move you to bass and then get a drummer. And then it kind of formed through that. It's a little bit confusing, but yeah, we met in high school. So we've been playing together for a really long time. I think it was like 2018 or something.
I was going to say, yeah, because there's like multiple EPs that come out before the first album. And I'm like, this is a lot of music over like 7 or 8 years for people that do not look like they should be doing 7, 8 years of music. You know what I mean? So like, damn, like, okay, we're starting early.
For sure.
Was that that early incarnation? Is that basically what we see in the EPs, or is that kind of a different band entirely?
Honestly, it is like pretty different. Like it's still, if you listen to like the early stuff, like you can kind of like sense like there is some like similarities there. Like because when we were younger, obviously we didn't know what we were doing like at all. Like we recorded in Thomas's basement with just like a few mics. We didn't know how to sing or anything, so we just scream.
We didn't know about like key or harmony or anything like that. Really, we were just, the boys were hollering.
Yeah, so we were just like, yeah, whatever. Like let's just scream into the mic and maybe it'll sound cool. People ended up thinking it was kind of cool, and then we like actually, as we got older, we kind of like learned more about like just like music in general.
Started actually like figuring out the little tricks and stuff like that. And you're like,
yeah, definitely. Understanding what we liked more too, just like figuring out like, oh, this is kind of the direction that we want to go in. Obviously, like there's a lot since it really just like shows. Honestly, like I think the cool thing is like I listen back and I'm like, dude, I was like literally like 15 recording this song, and I listen to like the new stuff, like our latest single, our single that comes out tomorrow, and I'm like, wow,
when this comes out, how do we say it, by the way?
Honestly,
Because
I don't know.
I'm the
It's in a different
motherfuckers. Yeah,
name.
it's people like me. They're gonna have to be saying this stuff out loud, bro.
Yeah.
This is pretty inconsiderate of you guys. Like, it could be
Yeah,
worse. It could be
we
like
were
the
like
Jay Z
messing
Kanye
around. We were
song,
like,
but like,
oh, maybe we'll just call it Zzz. Like,
I
but yeah, we're just going ZZZ for now. We don't,
was like, I'm gonna sound
however
like
you
an
want to
asshole in
pronounce
the
it,
intro.
up to an up to interpretation.
Okay, that's fair. That's
I
fair.
didn't personally come up with an. It had a different name. We called it originally. It was called like Hive Mind because we had this like inside joke on tour. We were like, oh, we gotta like please the queen bee. Like that was our joke. But then we are like, oh, we're a Hive Mind, and we are like, yeah, we can't call it that. Let's call it something else. So Thomas came up with ZZZ. Kind of goes with the good sleepy theme.
Hell yeah, I was gonna say you guys kind of took that. Like, you're like, oh, we can't call it that, so you went with something else that seems to be basically the same shit. I'm like, that has to be
Just
like,
as, yeah, just as weird. Yeah.
hell yeah. Okay, so then at some point, the drummer now is Zach, right? So at some point, we get some movement around.
Yeah, definitely. So, he joined the band like right after we put out our first record. So maybe like 2021, 2022 ish, he joined the band. We were kind of just like rotating members, like just like our friends would just like come whenever
Mhm.
we like needed to play a show. We're like, oh, like hit up our friend to just like fill in if we were like doing a small tour. Cause like when we were younger too, the only times we could really tour were like school breaks because we were like high school and stuff. So it'd be like,
You're spending your spring break on tour and shit.
yeah, so maybe I get like we
That's
get
so
like a
fucking
week
cool.
long and we'd be like, oh, we gotta go play shows in like out Midwest or something. Like we gotta get out there.
Yeah, how the other
Yeah,
kids are
we'd have
going to
our
like
dads
fucking
drive us around.
Pensacola, and you're like, I gotta go to Bowling Green and yeah,
Yeah.
Cincinnati and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It
That's
was
so
always pretty
cool.
funny. Yeah, it was a good time. And it was always fun because we'd like every tour that we went on, we call it tour. It wasn't very long. It was like weeks at a time, but it was just like we'd have like our dads drive us around, so we just like
So
rotate.
sick.
Like my dad would come and then Ryan's dad would come on the next one, and then Tom's dad would come on the next one. They just like drive because we didn't have our licenses. Like we weren't old enough to like drive each other. Cause like in Massachusetts, when you get your license originally, like you're not allowed to drive like kids. It's
Mhm.
like,
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, even if you're 16 or 17, it's not like you can
yeah,
drive around with 5 yeah, with 4 homies and yeah,
yeah,
especially, like, at night and stuff like that. Okay.
yeah. So
Damn.
and our parents didn't really trust us to go out to like Chicago by ourselves, honestly.
Honestly, that's pretty fair, you know? That's pretty valid, yeah.
Yeah. But it was always a great time. It was always so fun to do that.
That's so s I remember, it's like 10 or you know the band, Wallows? They're called Wallows?
Yeah.
So they used to be the Narwhals, Dylan Minnette. I was actually I was playing a show and it was like my band's like CD release show and I was all excited and they were one of the openers on. It's just Hollywood, so it's just they're throwing bands together. It's bullshit out here. But it's the venue's like there's like a line out the fucking door. I didn't realize he was an actor at the time. I had no fucking idea. I
Right.
just thought there was some kid, like, a younger band. Like, my dumbass assumed he's like 18, 19. I offered him weed. He's like 16 years old. I'm such a piece of shit. And like the venue, like we had buddies, we probably would have drawn like 25 people there, but the venue was sold out. We had people show up that were like, we couldn't even get in. Like, it was a line out the door. We're like, yeah, it was a big deal, but it was all because of these kids. But what I found like hilarious was like, yeah, they're about the same age as probably, and their dads were like their roadies and like their stage
Yeah.
hands and stuff like that. So they didn't sound check their own gear or set up their own set. They had just two dads on stage doing it. I'm like, and I at this point, like I don't think I put two and two together yet. I'm like, is this like some Steely Dan motherfuckers on here or something like that? I don't. It's just two dads setting up the bass and then they come down. They came out to like Dr. Dre or something silly like that, and I was like, what an
Funny.
entrance! Like those are pretty fucking cool kids.
Yeah, that's sick. That's so funny. I wish our dads knew how to like set up a drum kit or something. That would have been really,
Right.
yeah, they don't know anything. They'll just get us to the venue and we have to do it all ourselves.
That's great. So you guys did the first album with Chris from Hot Mulligan, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
as well as Gary from Crime Mysterio.
Yeah. It was down at Sound Acres, which is in like southern New Jersey. It's literally
Mhm.
like middle of nowhere. It's like a bunch of farmland. Yeah, we went out there for like a month. It was like 3 weeks, I think.
So
And we
sick.
recorded it with them. It was so fun. It was super surreal because Hot Mulligan is like
I was gonna
literally,
say at this point, and how old are you guys? This is 5 years ago, I'm guessing. Yeah, you guys are
yeah, it
young as
was,
shit, and
yeah.
Hot
So
Mulligan's popping off.
Yeah, so I'm 23 now. I think when we were recording it, I was 18. So it was been
Jesus.
like a while. But like at the time, because Hot Mulligan, I think they'd like just released like You'll Be Fine.
Yeah, about then.
And it was like they were like blowing up like crazy, you know. Obviously they're gigantic now. They're like
Yeah.
it's insane.
They're playing tonight at the Palladium, which probably fits like 3,000 some people. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
doing good, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really
Yeah,
well for
they're doing good.
themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at the time, like they hit us up. Chris hit us up and was like, "Hey, like come record." And we're like, "Oh, we can't say no to this." And at that time too, it was 2020 technically too. I think 2020. Um, I was in school, but it was COVID, so it was all remote.
Okay.
So we'd like do class on Zoom and then go record and then like kind of like balance that and like try to do homework in between like recording and like try to do all that, which was kind of a weird thing to do, but it was such a cool experience. It was really fun. I'll
That's
never
the
forget
most
it.
like fucking surreal way to grow up almost. Like that's just
Yeah.
like you're in the middle of the pandemic and then like I mean it sounds silly because in our world it's not really how it works, but it's like you're almost like a child star in a way. Like it's like, oh, I have
Yeah.
to do my Zoom. Like you're at the studio. Like I gotta find a place to do this class where it's quiet and I look like I'm not being a fucking rock star or something like that. Like you're like
Yeah.
10 a.m. English class. Like that's not. Would you have been a senior in high school when that?
I think I was actually a freshman in college
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
at that point. Yeah. So
So a little easier. Yeah.
yeah, it was a little bit easier because like I didn't have class like the whole time. But Ryan, he's younger than me. Um, he was still in high school. So that was like I don't even know how he did that. Like, I would not have been able to do that. Like,
That's
college was a lot
insane.
easier because you only got like,
Yeah.
5 classes like total. It's like, it's not that hard. But high school, I don't know how he
Yeah,
did it.
high
I don't
school,
know.
you're legitimate. He's like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm off the grid from like 8 till 2 something. Just like, yeah, like
Yeah.
that's gnarly.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. Yeah. It was really surreal though. Just like being in class and being like, I'm not on campus anymore. Like, I'm at the studio. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, I'm at the fucking studio. Yeah, especially like I'm in a different state. Like that. Yeah, jet set, and yeah, and you're like, you guys are just slamming out emo jams, but it sounds like you're doing Britney Spears shit. Are you? I know with that first album that came out on No Sleep, are you guys allowed to discuss any of that stuff? I know there was like a lot of bullshit involving that. I've heard
yeah.
offhand, and then like a few bands where it's just like it was a headache getting their stuff back. What can you give a rundown to that for the people that weren't involved in that and maybe aren't in the know?
Yeah. For sure. So for us, honestly, like, we don't even have like our stuff back. Like, we didn't even try because we don't have that much like money to try to even like buy it back. But yeah, it was pretty crazy like what went down. Um Honestly for us, we didn't really like get screwed over like as hard probably as like other bands, that are a lot bigger than us, like Hot Mulligan, for example.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they like we never had to do any like legal real battles. Basically, No Sleep was like, yeah, like you're good, just like forget about it. And we're like, okay, whatever. Like how
Yeah,
much
yeah, you guys have bigger shit to deal with too.
yeah,
Yeah.
like we're not that
You
we're
guys
not
got your
that
hands full, brother.
like I would love if I was a bigger problem, honestly.
Yeah, 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 that'd be nice.
Yeah, for us it wasn't it probably was not nearly as bad as like other bands, like a Hot Mulligan, for
Yeah, of
example.
course.
Yeah. Yeah, but overall, it wasn't like yeah, we don't own any of the masters still, which is, like, bums me out, like, a lot because I am, like, pretty proud of those songs, and
Of
I don't think
course.
we'll ever see a cent from streaming. That doesn't I don't really it is what it is, but yeah, like, would've been nice to I know we, like, had all those vinyls too, like, I don't really know where those are, like, they printed they pressed the record, like,
I was
I
gonna
couldn't
say, yeah,
tell you.
I
Honestly,
don't
I'm kinda, like, really in the dark still, like, I still, like, kinda know have no idea what
I
happened.
was like, you guys couldn't even do like a repress of your own then probably. I don't know, like fuck.
Yeah,
What a
probably not. Yeah. Yeah, we probably, like, legally aren't allowed to. I don't know if they would, like, come after us for that, but, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of almost like one of those like criminal things. Like I can't. I was watching Breaking Better Call Saul, and it's like if you rip off other criminals, they can't say. It's like what are you guys gonna say to us? You're in trouble too. We're
Yeah,
doing
it's
like
like, what
we're
are you
doing
gonna
like
do
a
about it?
there's like a 500 pressing, bro. Like like it's
Yeah.
cost us like we're barely breaking even. So like in general, as fucked up as it is to say that people should not be streaming every single little bit.
Um,
Right? It's like a conundrum. Listen to our music, like,
like maybe
uh,
stick to the new stuff.
yeah, the new
Or
stuff
maybe
is a
the old stuff too. We own all the old stuff.
yeah,
So
it's the middle period. Yeah, yeah, the old
yeah.
EPs, yeah, for the hardcores, and then the new album as well.
Yeah.
I guess moving ahead to the new album. Then I mean, I I went and listened to Trap earlier. Trap was the first song of yours I heard, and I was like legitimately in my living room, like fucking bouncing around, like vibing, like. I was like, this is like Hot Mulligan-esque, but I like the vocals better. Like it's like got this like swing, almost like I feel like I would normally use this phrase in a derogatory way, but I mean this in a complimentary way this time. It has like almost like Day to Remember-esque feels to it, just in like the swings and like little breakdowny parts in some of the songs on the new album at times, where it's just kind of like, oh, this is built for like a live crowd kind of thing. Like it's
Yeah.
really put together. How is the process making this one a lot? I mean, obviously the obvious ones, if there's no pandemic, you're not in school the same way, I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
musically, how is the new project different?
Yeah, definitely. So the one major thing is we didn't go to a studio. Well, okay, so that's like a half lie. We went to the studio only to record drums, and we just had our friend Charlie Burkett. He's the one who mixed and mastered everything. He came, he recorded drums. We just had like 2 days in the studio. We just like rented it out someplace in Boston, recorded drums there. And then everything else we did ourselves at Thomas's house. We kind of went back to like the DIY roots. One of the reasons for that is like we weren't necessarily like writing as we were recording, but there was like, it gave us the freedom to like take as long as we want and really like take a step back and be like, all right, like what do we want this guitar part to like really sound like? And we like, I mean, it definitely took us like way too long to actually record it. Like there's some pros and cons because
I
it
was gonna
was like,
say, yeah, once you're eliminating the barriers you're placing, there's less constraints. You're not like deadlining yourself in the same way. Like I remember talking to like sports when when they made like Demon Days, they're like, well, I just booked the studio, and I was like, we have songs, and then it's like, oh shit, it's coming up. We better write the songs, kind of thing. But when you're
yeah,
doing it yourself, you're like, oh no, we can come back to this. This is like you're really, really stuck, at your own like devices.
right. And it's like, we definitely were, maybe a little too laxed at times where it's like, okay, we've been on this like I'm like trying to record this one guitar part for literally like 2 weeks. Like let's just actually just get it done. But also I did really like the freedom. I don't know. We've like talked about it before. Like would we what's next? Like how do we think we're gonna record? Because it's like the studio has those like pros and cons too, and it's like,
Mhm.
but doing it stuff. I think personally that the new record sounds the best out of anything we've released, like by far. Like I think it sounds really good. So I don't think like the quality. I honestly think it's just like the good thing about us at the studio was just like being confined in a room for 3 weeks and
Yeah,
just having to make like
forced to work.
yeah, forced to work, exactly. And it's like we are all like motivated, but also it's like hard to like
You're also
schedule and
and you're
stuff.
also buddies too. You all get in a room that's not that. Like I lived with a
Yeah,
bandmate for years, and it was like in hindsight, brother, it's like, whoa, we have so much time to work on the band. It's like maybe collectively that'd be like 6 hours a week of the 50 we would spend, goofing around or something like
yeah,
that. It's like it's easy to get distracted. Whereas you're in the studio, especially if you're like paying like hourly or something like that, it's like, okay, like time is fucking money kind of thing.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely like ran into that a little bit, but it was so fun just doing it ourselves too. Like I don't regret it at all.
It
Like
sounds so fucking big. Like it sounds, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. Like sound wise, it like recording quality is like the Ben Quad album just came out. Like
yeah,
there's no like clear drop off between them in like audio quality. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like this record was made wherever the fuck anyone makes any record. It sounds big. It sounds professional as hell. The fact you guys were able to do that yourself is. Honestly, pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's a big props to Charlie for hooking it up.
I
He
was gonna say once you got the drums done too in the right way, like that helps a
yeah.
lot.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and the drums, I think the drums sound really good on the new stuff.
Yeah.
I really it was honestly like listening back to it, like after like we just like tracked it, I was like, whoa, like this is really cool. Like I think this could be something pretty sweet, which is always a good feeling.
I have an important question that is a side note to everything that's just hitting me right now. So you're 23 right now. That means you literally you weren't alive for 9/11.
No, I wasn't. I was born in
Fuck.
2002. Yeah.
It's the craziest I've never felt so old in my fucking life, man. Oh, ah, okay. If no 9/11, what's the biggest event of your life then? Like, what's like the big thing, like for like you're like, oh, that's the one thing I remember where I was.
Oh, that is a great question. I have no like when I was little, trying to think.
I'm trying to think, like, what's the big event? Like,
This is maybe more of a Massachusetts thing, but the marathon bombing, that was kind of
oh shit, I can. Oh
Boston's like
wow, yeah, because
version of
you would have been, and
9/11.
you would have been like 10 or so, right? Like 10 or
Yeah,
11. Yeah,
I
it's
was about that. I remember because I was literally like I remember I was
9.
with
Yeah,
my
2012.
family, obviously, but I was we were walking into I had to go to the bathroom. So we were walked into a restaurant. We were just like walking down some street. And I remember just going into a restaurant and I see on the TV like this explosion like happening like in real time. And I was like, whoa. And like I was like kind of freaked out. I know
Yeah,
Thomas was like very close. Cause like that's like a big thing. Like when you're like a little kid in Massachusetts, like every like your parents always bring you to the marathon. Like it's always like a fun
it's a big
event.
deal.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal around here. I know Thomas was literally like half a mile or something like from the explosion, which is pretty
Would they
crazy.
would it be like kind of like a mini festival and stuff? Like they'd have like vendors and stuff like that, or all y'all just
Yeah,
lined
yeah,
up like waiting to hand
definitely.
out? Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause, yeah, we got
exactly. Yeah.
marathons here, and I just think of them as like a nuisance that like fucks up the traffic. And like I'm like I have a buddy Justin. You bring up marathons around, and he turns into like a fucking Nazi. Like yeah, like so this
Yeah,
is
that's like
damn.
it's always fun. I know like as I got older too, like some of my friends like went to like college and like Boston and stuff, and it's like really big because they get the day off and it's like they all just like go and get really drunk and just like
Hell
watch
yeah.
the marathon.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was like April 15th too, right? Or April 12th,
Yeah.
April, one of those. Yeah. Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would. Yeah, that is Boston's night. Shit, I can't imagine something like that actually happening like nearby too, because
Yeah, that was pretty scary. Like when the guy was still loose too, we were
oh
all
my
like,
God.
"Oh, I'm not going outside."
And
Like,
you're a little kid, your mind is running. You have no like I remember when
yeah,
not like I lived in Alberta, Canada when 9/11 happened, like 900 miles above the Montana border. Ain't nobody doing any terrorist acts there. There's not enough people to make it
yeah,
worthwhile. But in my head, I'm like, oh, was it the Chinese or the Russians or I was reading like World War II books. I was like, was it
yeah,
Germany or something? I didn't know. I remember like I couldn't get a hold of my dad. I'm like, my dad's in San Diego. But I remember we had a buddy that was getting married at Martha's Vineyard that year. And I was like, was my dad at the wedding? Was my dad on Flight 93 or something? Like I'm a little, your mind, you don't fucking know. You're like, this
yeah,
guy's
definitely.
loose. Like,
Yeah, you have no idea what's happening. Yeah, that was the same with me. Like I remember like very specifically, like I think it was maybe like Easter or something. Like it was like that weekend because I remember I was at like family, like our like my cousin's house or something, and just like watching like the TV was on. It was just like the chase for the guy, and it's like, where is he? Like, is he in this town or is he in this town? It's like I swear, if they say my town, like I'm
right, you're
done.
freaking
Like,
out. Yeah, or you're like, you're looking
yeah,
around your house for like how you can protect your
yeah,
family, what you got. You're like,
like,
the gun laws are super strict. And you're like, there's no guns nearby. I don't know what to do. Like, fucking took 2 taekwondo lessons when I was a kid. Actually, that would have probably not been as much of a thing in the 2000s. You probably didn't even take any taekwondo classes. Fuck.
I did karate. I think I got to like a brown belt or something in
Oh shit,
karate.
never mind. That's pretty good. I've
Yeah.
actually been I've been trying to, like I've been trying to take a lot of shit from like hip hop and stuff like that and sports and pro
Yeah.
wrestling and like feuds and stuff like that. I've been trying to get bands to like agree to this. There's the fake emo fight night tour. I'm trying to get like I've been trying to get Logan Paul's people on the phone, set up like an emo fight night kind of thing. Like I got like sports. We're running mouth amphibians and fucking the thoughts on bowling kids, everyone. I got no
Yeah.
problemo, 10-month summer, and I'm like, not a lot of these, not very many. We got a lot of pussies in the genre across the board, myself, media
Yeah.
included, kind of thing. So with that
Yeah.
brown belt, honestly, bro, you might come in there and be like you might be the
I don't
Mike
know.
Tyson of this shit. Yeah, you might be main
Yeah, I
eventing,
might be
bro.
able to like throw down a little, you know.
Yeah,
I could pull out the old chops and
there we
shit, you know.
go. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with Wisconsin band? Excuse me, who are you?
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah, yeah. We
have
played with them. Yeah.
I have them as the number one. I have nothing to really base this off of. I just feel like they'll kick the shit out of everyone. They
Yeah, I
seem like
feel like
tough motherfuckers.
yeah, they're like I feel like they're tinging on that like hardcore kid,
Right?
like
Yeah, I feel like they're like almost they're hardcore, but it's funny because like of all the bands we've interviewed, like no one has been sweeter and is like constantly sweeter to us, even down to like the way they like will like respond to stuff or DM with like emojis or like the
yeah.
smiley faces the way we used to do it before the emojis with like the colon
Yeah.
and like that like Stu and Kyle are such sweethearts, but I was like I can just see Kyle coming and like grabbing onto like a door frame and like just fucking kicking you and shit like that and just and looking badass while they do it and stuff like that. It's like I don't know. So that's good. I'm happy, Seth. I'm gonna take that as a verbal agreement to open
Oh yeah.
challenge at the emo fight night. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Need to be involved at
There
this
we. I was
point.
gonna say that's like a little. I've never been to Massachusetts, but I feel like that's a Boston,
Oh yeah.
Massachusetts stereotype in general. Like the broy energy, the tough, like the fighting, like a tough place. Is that true? Was the scene like that growing up? I mean, you're talking about Marietta. It doesn't seem like we got some.
Yeah. Depends on the scene. Honestly, like where we're from, like we're from more like central Mass. The Worcester, it's really like metalcore driven and like there's like a shit ton of like slam bands and
I feel
stuff.
like
And
every time I've ever seen that the name Wooster is in reference to like metalcore. Like
yeah.
I think of like 2010s Warp Tour bands when I hear that
Oh
for
yeah.
some reason.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly like that. And you know, some of them are good, some of them but I personally never got like super into like the metalcore game
Was never no,
personally.
yeah, it wasn't for me. That's where they
Yeah.
lost me. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, definitely like it's like the dudes who think they're like, you know, sick as fuck and it's
Yeah.
like wanna like throw
Fucking
down.
tough guys. Yeah, yeah. Some
Yeah.
fucking with the X's on their shirts and shit.
Oh
Some
yeah.
basketball shorts. Yeah. Yeah, those guys will throw it down. I'm afraid of most of those guys.
No, same. Yeah, me too. At our wimpy little emo shows, we
Yeah,
still
yeah, right. Yeah. We're a lot nicer around here. Yeah.
we just pretend we're tough. I personally.
Yeah, like personally, yeah. I mean, brother, you got brown belt. Yeah, you translate that over. That's like a third degree black belt over here in the emo game,
Seriously.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Massachusetts, I like to ask this of people just in general, for if depending on their region, mainly because it gets people upset on the internet. But what's the Mount Rushmore of Massachusetts bands?
Yeah. Okay. I got some in mind here. Number one for me is the Hotelier. They're from Worcester, which is so sick. Like we were playing a show one time. This was like the coolest thing ever for us. Um, we were like still in high school at the time, but we were just playing like a local show. It's like at literally like a bar like in Worcester. And like mid first song, because we were the first band because we had to leave after we played because we weren't
Because
21.
you weren't old enough to stay there yet.
Yeah. So we had to play first and we see literally halfway through the first song, we see Christian Holden from the Hotelier walk in, and we were like, and I literally like look at everybody. I was like, "Don't fuck up, don't fuck up!" Like, yeah,
So
that was really cool.
you would have been like just going into high school when when the home record comes out, right?
Yeah, honestly, I probably didn't listen to it until I was probably like I was pretty late because like I was still like really young when it first came
Yeah.
out, so it didn't really like hit for me until like probably when I was like 15, but it had already been out for like some time.
I was gonna say because I think of like that. I think of like fourth wave emo. There, I think that's maybe that and Demon Days by Sports are like the two that I
Oh,
say are like the best of that time. What was your what was your, I know you mentioned Marietta, but what was your gateway band then? Like into any of this really? Was it like was it like some pop punk shit? Was it
Yeah.
21
It's funny
Pilots?
that
You
you
can be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like to be yeah, like they always give me shit for this. Like everybody in Good Sleep, he gives me so much shit for this. But like growing up, my dad, like obviously was like my age, like in the 90s.
Hmm.
So he was listening to like Nirvana and Green Day and fucking Weezer and shit. And so like
Sick.
for me, like I thought like grunge was sick. And then I found like modern pop punk. I found like Knuckle Puck and
Mm.
like fucking like state champs and shit. And then that led me into like the actual like, fourth wave, like emo revival stuff, like some like twinkly stuff and like that. So it was really, honestly, it was like the pop punk gateway is really what got me into
Yeah,
it.
that's I always wonder like, is there so many of these like so many like especially these younger newer bands. I'm like, what if like, like I think of like third wave emo and stuff like that, like the people my age cling on to. I'm like, what if those bands do younger people actually think is cool, like which of those
Yeah.
actually hung on and weren't just like nostalgia based? Damn, your dad sounds pretty fucking cool though. Is he there
Yeah.
right now? Like I
Yeah,
just
he's the man.
grab your dad. Like I feel like he's old enough, he could have been like my older brother maybe. Like if our parents, like maybe dad got divorced and then like went and got remarried 10 years later. I mean, there's big age gap there, don't get me wrong, but like damn, like I'm like fuck, like okay, yeah, that's a fair entry point. So anyways, yeah, so the hotelier is one.
Yeah. Okay. I would say, let's think. I think for me, do you know Plain Clothes?
I've heard the name, I haven't checked him out though.
Yeah, I think they were they had their first record on like I think it was like Counterintuitive that put it out right when Counterintuitive like
Oh,
started.
yeah,
They're like
I've
one of the
never,
first. It's called
I've yet to hear a counterintuitive band that sucks.
oh yeah, they're sick. They're
Yeah.
they're like very small. They're not a band anymore. I think they're really big, especially around here. Number three, Sports is from around here,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Massachusetts.
They
I
were
don't
they went to they were Berkeley kids, yeah.
Yeah. So I would definitely put Sports on because Sports put me on to a lot of like the crazier like mathy stuff.
Yeah,
Those kids can shred for
dude.
real. Yeah. I remember we all had tickets to go see him at this venue called I think it was Brighton Music Hall in Boston, and it was like their last show, and it was like right before COVID and it got canceled and we were all
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
they hit us up. They were like in the first few months of this show, I think we had like random bands DM us on Instagram and stuff like that, like, but like they were the first one of the first like I'll even say like semi legit bands to hit us up, and Sports is like fucking here to me, and they're like, yeah,
Oh,
we'd love to come on your show. This something this if you'd have us, we're, and then they gave me like the rundown of who they are. I'm like, brother Chris, I'm
no,
familiar. I'm familiar with your game,
I
and
know.
I went and saw them. I went and saw them. Like 2 weeks ago, they were here with Kerosene and
Yeah,
Trash and Bowling, and it was just so fucking beautiful to see like when they were around last time, like they were like last time we were in LA, there was like 6 people there kind of thing. And just see all these
yeah,
people like losing their shit over, songs from all their records and like getting basically getting their fucking flowers like 10 years too late
yeah,
kind of thing. Cause when they were on the first time, like there was kind of like almost like a Tumblr band or something like that. Like they just
yeah,
didn't get that proper respect at all. So it's like, you guys deserve this now. I don't think you realize
yeah,
and they have no idea how influential they are. Like they can't wrap their heads around it. I'm like, brother, all these bands under the age of like 30 all reference you.
yeah. They're like some serious idols. Like, yeah, especially to us too. Like that. Yeah, that whole record was very cool for me. Like discovering that because that was like honestly like one of like the intro emo bands that I like first ever like got into for real.
And
Which
if
is really
probably, and I mean, same thing with like Hotelier, where it feels so local to you too, probably, where you're just like,
yeah,
fuck, this is like this. There's like a feeling of like, it's almost like representation kind of shit, where you're like, they can do it, I can do it,
yeah,
Like
exactly.
those are just
Yeah,
regular dudes from here.
yeah, big time. Yeah, it's always cool when you like see them around and stuff too. It's like always really sick. But I think my last band that I would say is Old Pine, if you know them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go.
Old Pine is like very sick. they're also like one of those like really twinkly bands that I got into first. I was like, I honestly discovered them like when I was still really young, and we had like a house show. We used to throw house shows like constantly when we were in high school. And when I like heard about them, I was like, oh, they're from around here. Like we should just like hit them up, see if they'll play a house show with us or something. And they did. They were like, yeah, sure, like we're down. They hadn't like played a show in like years, and they're like, yeah, like
Fuck it, we'll
and
go.
what? That's so sick.
God, that's you're listing off these bands here. I mean, like between like Old Pine, Plainclothes, Sports, Hotelier, like kind of like quintessential bands when people we think of the term, the umbrella term Midwest emo people use,
Yeah,
and they're all from New England. This is kind of some bullshit, no? Like this is kind of
yeah.
New England emo, no? Like
It
how does
is.
this? As,
Yeah,
as
it is.
it's got to be a little regional pride here, where it's like fuck you guys,
Yeah, absolutely. No,
these
seriously,
Indianans.
pretty crazy. Yeah. I mean, when I never really like realized it because I always thought like, oh, every band is from like Philly or every band is from Michigan or every band is like from here. But then I like think about it, like, wait, no, we have like a shit ton of like really cool bands in Massachusetts and just like New England in general. It's all like really solid.
This is going to be a dumbass question, but keep in mind, I didn't go I went to school mainly in Canada, so this question isn't as dumb as it sounds. Massachusetts is like small as shit, though, right? Like driving
Yeah.
from one end to the other, you do this in a few hours.
Like 2 hours probably. Yeah.
From one end to the other in 2 hours. Jesus, it's like a drive just like from San Diego to LA. Okay, so is is the is the state across the board like is it kind of tight knit like the bands in your town or familiar with the bands in the other towns kind of thing, or is it kind of segmented?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, especially with just like the emo bands, like right now, like it's definitely statewide. It's not
Yeah,
really it's like less broken up into like region by region. It's more just like I mean, every band goes to Boston. It's like you could be from like the furthest point west in Massachusetts and like you're always gonna be playing in Boston. I would say like there are shows that like happen in Worcester and stuff and like in like Western Mass, like Springfield. I don't know if you're familiar with all those places, but um
I've heard these places. Yeah, I've never been
yeah,
to any of them, but these are all cities
right.
that I've seen. Like basically, when I look at like tour routings and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like if you have venues that, like you mentioned, Brighton Music Hall, it's like I've seen that name. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the big one in Worcester is like the Worcester Palladium. It's like
oh yeah, you guys have a Palladium. I've
yeah,
same thing. I've
yeah,
seen that. Same reason I know that I see it on. Yeah, I see it when bands go on tour. We have a Palladium here, so I was like, oh
yeah,
okay.
exactly. Yeah, that one's way more famous than the Worcester one.
Yeah, yeah, we
It's
have really,
probably a lot
yeah, ours
nicer.
is really nice. Is yours like the same thing? Yeah.
It's it's okay. There's two venues. There's like an upstairs and a
Oh,
downstairs. Like
okay.
the upstairs is like a 500 cap, and the downstairs is like a fucking like 4,000 cap or something. Like
Okay,
really
shit.
big. It's a little dated, but it is pretty nice.
Nice.
Um, yeah, it's not bad.
When you guys were coming up playing shows, you mentioned like playing DIY, playing bars and stuff like that. Was ever like, because out here was a big thing with like pay to play, like pre-sale tickets and stuff like that. Was that as much of a thing there?
Honestly, like we like tried to avoid it just because like
Stupid. Yeah.
we had kids that were older that like made that mistake and were like, yeah, like don't ever do
Yeah,
this. Like,
you knew. Yeah.
yeah, so that was always good. I mean, there definitely was like shows, especially when we were like way younger. We were like, oh, we gotta play every single show, like no matter what. And then you
And they
realize it's
lure you in with these emails. And it's like, oh, you can play like Brighton Music Hall. It's like a bigger venue like that. And you're thinking it's super cool. We're going to play there. But
yeah,
then they're like,
and
you
then it's
just need
like,
to
wait,
sell
you
us
got
50 tickets at $20 a piece. And none of your friends are old enough to go here.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there wasn't like for us, we need to like avoid it. I couldn't tell you like how many, it wasn't that many offers that we got that were always like, oh, pay to play, like, but we definitely played at least two shows where we like had to sell, 50 tickets or something.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're not doing this again. Like that was
No.
just,
I remember,
yeah,
yeah, I'm like playing like I remember talking to like Army Amphibians recently, who you guys are actually playing with soon, and we'll get to that in a second.
yeah,
But like, I was talking to Josh because from like 18 to like early 20s, like I grew up in the San Diego scene, and basically all we had to play were like those venues. Like Soma is the big one, and I was like, you guys, they play the Shea Cafe, all these cool places. I'm like, you played Soma? Yeah, he's like, oh, we haven't played there yet. I'm like, I have connects for you. I was like, and then I'm like, wait, you don't want to play there, bro. You don't want to do that shit. You don't want to do that fucking selling. Because I remember like playing there. It's like, we it's a small, 400, 300 person side stage. So like, you draw 60, 70, it looks pretty good when they're like, they're not pressed in, and it's like, hell yeah, hell yeah. And then it's like, you get your pay and it's like $12 kind of thing. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
brother, you
not.
don't, you don't need to do that shit. Like you keep doing whatever you guys are doing. Just like, don't ever, ever do that. I remember
Yeah.
one time, are you familiar with the 90s band Better Than Ezra for any reason?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. I
yeah.
am.
My first band in San Diego was with some guys. I just moved there. I didn't know. I'd moved there from Canada, and we got booked onto this show that was a pre-sale show where there was like 12 artists on it, and like the first half was rock and the second half was hip hop, and they were all hyped because the guys like the promoter was like Cookie Monster pajama pant kind of guy, like you know the kind of motherfucker, like
Yeah.
the most stereotypical shady promoter, and like I remember him coming to the car like counting the money, being like, yeah, I'm like, Better Than Ezra's gonna be there, kind of thing. Better Than Ezra's there, and I was like, who the fuck is like, why, like, Better Than Ezra? What does that fucking do for us, kind of thing?
Like,
And we ended up playing, and like it was like we play at like 9 p.m. was when we were supposed to play. We ended up playing at like midnight. We were the last band. Our equipment craps out, and then when we finish up, the rap part of the night starts, and then during the first rapper, there was a shooting at the venue, and it was
no
just like,
way.
okay. I was like, we're not playing any more bars, and then 2 years later, I was like, we're not playing any more pay to plays and this and that. And then I was finally like, all right, we're not playing anywhere. So I'm like talking to like there's so many like I feel like there used to be a lot of DIY venues in like the 80s and 90s, and then they kind of shuttered away at as corporate America took over. And now as corporate America is eating up all the like independent but larger venues that ate up the DIY spaces, you know what I mean? Like now that every
Yeah.
venue is a live nation, whereas like once upon a time that, those palladiums or music halls would have ran themselves, but now they're live nation, whatever. Like now that there's only those, it seems like these DIY spaces are popping up more.
Yeah, definitely. Around here, there's a lot of like houses that'll throw shows and shit, which is always really cool. Honestly, they come and go really quick because
It's
it's like
tough.
college kids too. So it's like, kids that maybe go to Berkeley or something and they like have a house in like Alston and they're like, oh, we'll throw shows here. And then they like graduate and they like leave. And then
Yeah, and
it's like,
they phase
oh,
out of it. Yeah, and
yeah,
and
it's
plus even
fine.
then at some point it's fun to be throwing these. You're at a certain age, and then pretty soon you're like the old guy throwing parties, and you're like, fuck, I'm
Yeah, and you're
basically just letting teenagers drink at my house or something like
yeah.
that. Like now I'm like the fucking washed up motherfucker in the Letterman jacket or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I feel like it's there'll be like a couple houses that are like really popping off, and then like a month later, like you won't hear from them. They'll just like delete their Instagram or something. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, well, goodbye, I guess. But yeah, definitely. I
They
know
do the
that.
cool thing there too, where they all have cool names, right? They all got like
Yeah,
little,
yeah, they all got
yeah.
like crazy names. Yeah, there was one. My favorite. It's not a thing anymore. It was called the Monkey Palace. It was
Oh
it
yeah,
was so fun. First show we played like two shows there, but the first show we played was with Riley, which was like really sick. It was like
sick.
right before they were like getting all these like crazy support tours and shit, and it was like it popped off. Like there was like a shit ton of kids like in this. It was like a Monday night. It was so
Hell yeah.
fun. Yeah, good
I
time.
think I think Riley is one of like my favorite bands on the fucking planet right now. Like it
Oh yeah.
honestly, it bothers me. Like I'm old. I grew up in a time when rock bands and shit, like there's still bands that could get put on the radio, and in my head it's like that band should just be on like the fucking radio. Like I went and saw it, and it's like I love like Carly Costco is a great band. Saturdays at Your Place, one of the best bands in the scene right now, and all I could think is like I remember leaving the venue and being like Riley should be the headliners. Like
Yeah. No,
like they're
I
that
yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah, I we've known them for like a really long time. Like and I think they deserve the world. Like I think they
Right?
yeah, I hold them on a pedestal for sure. Like they're always
No.
sick. Like I remember when the new record came out, I remember we've played with them, I don't even know, probably like 4 or 5 times maybe. But I remember like going up to him and be like, yo, like this new record, like this is it. Like this is
So
sick. Like
fucking
oh
good.
my God. Yeah. Like I really enjoyed like I was into Riley before that, before the record, but Like, cause I really fucked with the first record and stuff. And then when that came out, I was like, whoa, never mind. Screw the first. This
Right?
is
No, this is next level. Like from
yeah,
1777 starts, you're just like,
yeah,
what? Like I remember just being like, what the fuck is this band? Like when I
yeah,
found them, like it's what like
yeah.
God, like
They're
them and Combat to me, the 2024, like
yeah,
those are the two best records of 2024. And maybe like if I were to make like a top 5, 10 of the decade or whatever, like already, like they're both those records are in it. It's so fucking good.
yeah, for sure. I love Combat too. Those are another like a bunch of kids that are really fucking cool too. Like they're just the homies. Like I think we've only played with them like once, maybe twice, but they were just like they were so
So
nice. They were just
so
sweet.
fucking good. They
Yeah.
were when we first started this show is around the like I maybe had just discovered Combat a bit before that, and I think we'd maybe interviewed like one band, and it was like Winona Fighter. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're which like kind of like way in a different space, you know what I mean? But like Holden agreed to do the interview with us, and like I'm 36 and my co-host Amanda is 39, and like Holden like it just turned 21. It's just like but it was like this kid is so much smarter and wiser than I like it was just like he's a like I describe Holden as like I remember fuck Seth, I fucking hate you, dude. I feel so fucking old. I remember watching LeBron James I remember like watching LeBron James in high school with my dad back back in 2003 when you were fucking in diapers. And I didn't have these fucking wrinkles right here. And that's how I feel with Combat. It's like it's like the top prospect thing. This, it's like
Yeah.
if they keep growing into this, like at best they're going to be the best of our world. At worst, they're going to be, like prolific as fuck,
Yeah.
mainstays, whatever. But it's like that is a special band, a very special record to be written. Like talk about you guys making music is like high school, like same thing. Like he wrote a lot of that. I was like a 17, 18-year-old kid. I'm like, brother, like I'd be embarrassed to show you the songs I wrote when I was a 17, 18-year-old kid. Like that shit sucks, dude. Like this is like this is gonna stand the test of time. Like I hope those files are dead,
Yeah. No, yeah, that record is really impressive. Like that was very, very cool. Like to see them like do
No,
it for you like that. Yeah, it was
they're doing great. Yeah. And
yeah.
and they got a tour with Joyce Manor coming up, and
Yeah,
I'm
that is
in
crazy.
fucking insane because Joyce Manor too, like the new singles to me, like that's like I'm saying, like that sounds like a band. Like they should be playing like whatever your local radio station, summertime festival, like they should be a band on those. Like what
Yeah,
like
yeah.
instead of playing the Imagine Dragons, like they should be playing the Joyce Manor songs. Like it sounds like modern Weezer or something like that. Like put
Yeah,
whatever it was
seriously.
on there, like it's right there. And for them to go on that tour and sit with like Military Guns on there as well, it's
Yeah.
like you you kids are gonna blow up. I hope they have time to make a follow up record at some point next year because I'm
Yeah,
thirsty for it.
seriously. Yeah, I think they'll definitely got they gotta do something.
Right? Yeah,
They're
come on. Yeah, we got a teaser. We got one song this year on the counterintuitive comp. You guys
yeah,
are playing with so you guys are playing with Army Amphibians and Harrison Gordon
yeah,
in by the time this comes out, I think a week after it comes out or so, or about it's a Saturday, so about 8 days after this comes out.
yeah.
Um what are your thoughts on Harrison Gordon?
Oh, love them. They're the homies. I love their music for one, and then two, like we just get along with them so well. Like we've played with them, I think only twice, but like both times we were just like hanging out the entire time, just like shooting the shit. It's always like super fun. When we were on our last tour, like over the summer, we did our first like full US tour, like we had like Jagger come to a show and we were like hanging out with Jagger. And then, we
Sick.
had like Jake who plays guitar come to a different show. And like, I don't know. They're just like, to me, they're not only like sick, just like as a band, but just like as people, they're just like the homies. Like I'm so excited just to like hang out with them again.
Hell yeah, that's so dope. That's so fucking that's another band too where it's just like Harrison Gordon is like blowing up in a way like beyond like when I see like people my age like listening to it and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, you've broken out of like containment,
Yeah.
you've left this small algorithm and like moved on to like you're getting like the Mike Hem Panic at the Disco people into
Yeah.
your shit, like good job, like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, was that the spring break EPs this year, right? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Spring Break. I love Spring Break. The song Driver's Side. Oh my god,
Oh,
I
dude,
love that song.
driver's side is.
It's so
I'm
sick.
legit. I've been trying to trick people into thinking I'm a journalist recently. So I've been writing like some like articles and lists and stuff like that. I'm doing like, album EP of the year, all this, but doing like a song of the year list. And like driver's side is like in my top 3. Like that's just like
Yeah.
fucking, what a fucking song. Just that
Mm.
same, like that's it, it bothers me that like I get so fucking bothered that these things aren't bigger in a way. Like
Yeah.
I'm such like a loud ass motherfucker, like a capitalist almost. Like everything should be like I'm like everyone's A&R guy. I'm like, this should be the as big as Taking Back Sunday was when I was a teenager. This should be Taking Back like this should be playing on the like. Is there a fucking Spider-Man movie coming out? Can we get this on the soundtrack? Like,
Yeah, you gotta get
fuck,
this
dude.
on
Like,
here.
like can we get this? Can we get some shit going here? Like, fuck. So yeah, Harrison Gordon's one of those bands. I'm like, fuck. So that's gonna be a sick ass show. That's awesome. I'm stoked for you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
on that.
stoked for that one. That I'm just happy they asked us to play because
That's cool. And they've been doing a good
I'm gonna
job
be there.
bringing like a really cool opener on every show, like
Oh yeah,
we
they've been killing it.
we had
I
they did
saw it.
Anaheim here, it was sold out. They had Townies on that one. It's like that's
Yeah. I saw like the M-Way playing. They have like Dear Marianne in Brooklyn.
sick.
M-Way playing the Milwaukee X-Ray. Yeah, they have like some really sick bands that
That's
they're
such a fucking
the
cool thing to
Amphibians
do.
do it so sick. I really like that new record too that they just put out.
Who's
That
that?
one's really Aren't We Amphibians? Like
Oh
just
yeah,
like
no.
yeah.
Oh, I think the Amphibians record is the best debut emo album of like all
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
maybe all time, but at least like the last decade. Like when I was talking to sports, it was like right after I think it was like right after Blame It on the Weather came out, and we were talking about Kerosene Heights, and it's like that's the best record of the year, like fucking insane, one of the best I've ever heard. And he's like, and Parade hadn't come out yet. I hadn't got my hands on
Yeah.
it yet. I finally got a couple weeks. I went and bugged Josh. I was like, hey, I want you're gonna come on our show. Can you send over that record so we have to make sure I've heard it and things like that? But Josh is like, or Chris from sports is like, the only thing better than Kerosene Heights is Aren't We Amphibians? I'm like, really? Like same thing. Like they're so like they didn't have an album out or anything. I'm like, it's better. Like what the fuck? He's like, it's that good. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
dude,
sick.
like as a San Diego like kid too, I'm just like that's like
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like
from around there.
it's like an
Yeah.
like I have like a weird unk thing when I talk to him. I was like I have such a weird like pride. I'm proud of you guys. You know what I mean? Like none of the bands from my era could do this. Like when I like I would have Pierce the Veil is like a few years older than me. I went to the same high school as those guys, so they would have blown up. So then like my era, and then but like it was like metalcore bands like Lower Definition is from San Diego, stuff like that, kind of like metalcore stuff, which just wasn't for like we didn't have a lot of like pop punk
Yeah.
emo bands. None of them took off or anything like that. So I see like Amphibians doing it well. I'm just like, you guys are like that shit. Same thing. Those bands should, all these motherfuckers you're mentioning should just be, all you guys should just be. And I think we are on like the cusp right now of like there's like a large chunk in like mainstream culture where like guitar music was out, everything like when
Yeah.
you're growing up, it was just like everything was hip hop based or EDM based. And then like the last few years, like in mainstream, things have kind of gotten like country-ish. There was like a few years there for a while where, like Morgan Wallen's blowing up this
Yeah.
decade and Luke Combs and all these Zach Bryan, which like it doesn't seem like that's relevant, but like it's guitar music. And I think
Yeah.
like if you're a 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid and you like Zach Bryan, there's like a 10 to 20 whatever bullshit percentage you want to say, there's that chance you're going to make your way over to the front bottoms.
Yeah.
And then if you
No,
make your way to the front bottoms,
that's a gateway. Like
right.
you're in. Yeah. The thing I think like one of the craziest things happening is Turnstile and how mainstream
Oh, dude.
Turnstile's died. Like that is like crazy to me. Like we went to a show recently and saw them in Boston. There was so many people there, and it was like I felt like I was like walking in to like see like a I don't even know, just like whoever the most famous pop star is.
Right. Yeah. No,
Like going to see like some like because the production and like everything was just like
that's insane.
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 Yeah.
Like I mean, at their very fucking roots, that's a hardcore band.
Yeah.
like down to
Yeah.
their fucking core. And it's like, even this last week on like Twitter, I keep seeing all this discourse about like Tiny Desk, and it's all centered around Turnstile. I'm just like, what the fuck, like, wow, like
Yeah.
and Grammy nominations and shit like that. Like,
Crazy.
I have
It's
like a
crazy.
bunch of fault, like, and same thing, like people like, I don't even think they're my age. Like, I think they're like in their 40s, and like Turnstile, like earlier this year, they did the big show in the park in Baltimore, and like
Yeah, that was
they're
crazy.
sending over like, oh, I was there with my, my daughter. These people got like 15-year-old daughters, and they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was there with my this and that. It's like this band is like fucking. It's like the Rage Against the Machine of right now or something. They're so fucking big.
Yeah, the amount of like people that were there, like as a family, was like
Hmm.
crazy. Like I remember like just like walking through like the whole lawn area and being like, oh, they're having like a picnic with their like two-year-old baby, and like like this is crazy. Like people bringing their whole turnstiles, the family
It's
event, I guess.
right. So you're like, oh, this is good family fun, right? Yeah, we pay. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
like,
you
oh,
watch
come
like
on.
Speed get up
Come
there
on,
and
honey, come join
everybody's
dad.
just
Come
killing
join
each other.
daddy in the pit. Like, honestly, I got kids, and like my son is 7, and he's got like pretty thick autism, and I think a pit would do him very well. Honestly, he's got
Yeah,
a lot of aggression. I honestly think I need to throw that motherfucker in a turnstile pit sometimes.
yeah.
He
Let
it'd
them
be
let
it'd
the
be
rage
fucking
out.
good for him. No, you can tell when like a band has like broken through into some level of mainstream when either there's like families there, and it's not like a legacy. Like, if you go see like Blink-182 or something, yeah, or like
Yeah.
there's gonna be people bringing their kids because they've been around. But like when you have that, or you have like, especially the girls like that are, you can tell don't regularly go to shows, the
Oh yeah.
concert people, and they're like wearing outfits where they're like, oh, I'm going to like a rock show. I gotta really dress the part. It's like they're almost like dressed up like it's some big event. Like when those people start going, oh, bro, yeah, you start seeing those people at the Good Sleepy shows, like, fucking, yeah,
Yeah.
you about to start counting that emo money, bro. Like,
Sorry, yeah, get the cash.
right? Shit. Okay, so before I let you go, I a couple more questions.
Yeah,
Mainly about the new single, but just about the new record, in general.
yeah,
And hopefully, I mean, what I have like conflicting release dates in my information here.
yeah.
When's the full length actually coming out?
It's
Constant humming,
February
right?
13th. Yeah, Constant Humming, February 13th next year, so
Okay,
a little
there we
bit
go.
away, but yeah.
Does it like, because I think I originally saw that the release date was originally going to be later this year as well.
Yeah, so that's what we were thinking originally, and then we are like, "No, let's just, like, give it some time, like, put some more space, just so we can, like, get promotion ready."
Okay,
Maybe,
that's what
like
I was wondering. Was that like a
yeah.
matter of just you guys doing it on your own? It's not finished yet, or that time just to really space it out and promote it right?
Yeah, it was mostly just, like, promotion. We were like, "Alright, if we're gonna do it, let's not rush it, like, we've already worked this hard on it, like, we don't wanna rush the release and, like, half-ass it, essentially." We're like
That's smart. It's because I really don't, and it doesn't really happen in our world as much, but a lot more like social media based. Like the social media, like the TikToky bands, like.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't mean that as a slur if you're watching this TikToky bands. So I'm interviewing a band after this that I know because of TikToks. Like I'm not using it as a slur, but like like this, like they like piecemeal things, single, 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 as opposed to like a full album. You guys are doing a full album, but now there's this like fucking almost like blue balling of yourself where it's like, okay, here's a new album. It comes out in literally like 3 months,
So
which
it makes
it's
me so mad,
I
personally.
was gonna say, like, and like, and it's frustrating because it's like it's so long. It's out there. It's obvious. It's done. You want to get it out there, like, and you got to promote these singles, and like also with like like I get the idea of putting it out that far in advance too, but then it's like you announce the album, like that's so far away, like it's almost like people can't get totally excited about it right away because it's so far. You got to kind of keep getting them re-excited with like the singles and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's kinda like we're like, "Oh, this is kinda weird because it's, like, falling right at the end of the year," which, like, you can't really release a record in December because, like, the Christmas and holidays and all that, like, stuff, so we're
And you would
like,
have
"Oh."
fucked yourself out of my lists and stuff like that. Yeah, like it would,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all the album, like shit. Like I'm basically in my head, I'm like, fuck, like I'm gonna start writing my album of the year list. Like bro, those last 3 weeks of December, that's just not relevant, Like,
No, it's not. So we were like, "We really can't make that mistake." We're like, "Ah, fuck, I guess we just gotta wait until February because 'cause we're like, either push it out really quick and not have everything, like, be, like, 100% prepared for like promo and stuff, or just
No.
like wait that extra like little bit and then like give us a little bit more time. Even though there is that weird break in December, like we're not releasing a single in December at all.
I was gonna
Like
say, so yeah,
obviously, yeah,
ZZZ fucking
fucking
ZZ.
bullshit.
Yeah, there's a there's a My Chemical Romance song like that too with all the Nas, and it's the same thing. I remember
Yeah.
just thinking like, oh, thinking about the poor guy at like the FM radio station being like, here's no 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 no, you know.
It's like,
So
goddamn.
right, so this single comes out on today November 21st.
Right.
No single in December. In January, we're probably gonna drop another one.
Yeah, there's one. I don't know the exact date. It's like maybe the last week of January or the third week of January,
Okay,
the
one
Friday.
like that teaser track right a
Yeah,
couple weeks before it
yeah.
comes
I
out.
think it's maybe like a week or two before the record. I think it's 2 weeks before the record comes out. It's just like the last single there, and then full thing comes out. It's like 14 tracks, full record. We did it. It's like 45 minutes
44, yeah, it's about 44
and
minutes, yeah.
44, right? Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
threw it,
So,
I was listening to the single, and then I realized that like it was attached to like the full album, and I went and started listening to it. And I remember I was like, oh, perfect time. I've just enough time to finish it up right before it ends, because I was starting like 4:25 or 3:25 my like. There's about 35 minutes left, and I was like 44 minutes, 14 songs. I was like,
yeah.
fucking cinematic. These motherfuckers went Scorsese on me. God damn it, I'm only gonna make it through half. Like shit, I got this is two sittings here.
Yeah, it's a lot. Honestly, it's the reason we did it. We probably wrote, I would say, like upwards of 30 songs for this record because it's just been so long since we actually released like a full length. So we're like, oh, let's just put 14 songs on it. Like, let's just give the people a
Give
ton of
yeah,
stuff.
give the people what
Yeah,
they want to, and I mean, like, as fucking dumb as it sounds, like it's like a algorithm, streaming based game, this or that. That's more
yeah,
songs with the possibility to catch on with people, more songs for middle aged ladies to like drink iced coffees to in their TikToks and
yeah,
stuff like that. Like fucking, it's like fucking one of these is gonna work.
yeah, exactly. One will hit the algorithm, maybe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So ZZZ, what can you tell us about this song before we wrap up here? Since this is the
yeah.
one, I'm gonna bug you guys. The record comes out February 13th. I'm gonna make you guys all come back when Amanda's back as well in like January at some point. We'll get an episode that drops what the day the album comes out.
Oh, hell yeah. That'll be sick. Yeah, we'd be stoked to
Yeah.
do that. We can get more of the guys on here too, which would be
Yeah,
sweet.
we'll get some more time. I really threw a fucking curveball at you guys today. It was like,
Oh, no,
fuck it. I can do it
totally
within 24 hours, or I can do it in January. Like,
it's like either one.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, my
this
co-host is she took a couple weeks off, and it was like,
yeah,
in my head, she's like, I gotta take a little break. I gotta handle some stuff here a couple weeks, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna grind out as much stuff as I can while it's just me, like
yeah.
fucking just to keep it going, this and that. And then like perfect fucking timing where like I was like, all right, y'all, come hang out.
Yeah, I'm stoked to do this. This is really, really cool for me personally, because I'm the only one here. But for all of us, it's like really cool
Brother, as
for
far
us.
as the people that are watching this that don't know you guys know, like you're the front man, brother. You're Justin
Yeah, I'm
Timberlake.
the only
You're
guy.
yeah, the only
I'm
guy.
dumb
Yeah, it's we got a real Tame Impala situation on our hands.
Yeah. Those guys, they don't really do
No,
anything. I
it's
just
a
bring them out for
session
the
guys.
show, you
Yeah,
know,
I was in
yeah,
my
it's mostly
touring
me.
band. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So,
oh yeah, so ZZZ.
yeah, this song is definitely like the most different that we've ever put out, to be completely honest. It's very much like sounds less emo and more like a pop punk, like melodic hardcore thing, which
And so I was saying like
is,
it almost has these
yeah,
like same like both singles so far sound a little different than the rest of the album, where it kind of has this like
yeah,
in the best way day to remember kind of big swingy
right.
musical chuggy breakdowny parts that kind of like very tastefully done, where yeah, like oh shit, like this sounds like this band should be headlining Warped Tour or playing fucking DIY house shows.
Right.
It's like
Yeah,
you're
this
really
one,
straddling
this
that
is
line well.
personally like, yeah, this is my favorite Get Sleepy song, personally. I just think it's like probably like the most catchy and the most fun. because it's like it's pretty like, it's not like the most complicated thing ever. Like it's pretty simple, but it like catches your ear real quick, I think. And also like we started listening to a lot of like melodic hardcore type bands. So we kind of threw in some like crazy like breakdowns and like some weird rhythms here and there that we like got the influence from like a One Step Closer, like Fiddlehead or like those
Sick.
types of bands. So it's we tried to like do the right amount of like emo mixture with
Balance
like
walk that line well. You don't want to alienate your normal sound, but like how can we
yeah, how can we fit this in? Yeah, so I think this song is like definitely, we've talked about it. We're like, oh, we want all our new songs to like have this same sort of vibe. Like we just like really are messing with like that sort of sound right now where it's like mix the emo and the hardcore and like put it into something catchy.
sick. Fucking
Yeah.
hell yeah. Well, anyone watching this, at this point, I mean, I feel like they went and listened to the song before they listened to the podcast. Like, it seems like a lot easier to do it that way. But if anyone is, for some reason, watching this and you made it to the hour mark and you didn't go listen to the song yet, you can just like exit out of this and go fucking do that. Well, no, wait, don't exit yet because we have one more question. Exit after he answers this. Seth, before they exit out, where can they find you guys on the internet?
Yeah, for sure. It's all like social media and stuff, I think is all Good Sleepy MA, Instagram, Twitter. We're not great at Twitter. We don't really tweet that much, but Instagram, Good Sleepy MA, TikTok, it is Good Sleepy MA. That's where we find it. We don't post as much as we
Yeah.
probably should. Maybe become a little TikTok fan, but
No, don't worry.
yeah.
Every band that doesn't like to TikTok, I'm just like, brother, I'll be your A&R guy over there. I'll shout you guys out. You guys don't have, you don't, you, if I can help it, I won't make you embarrass yourself and do the, finally you found a band that sounds like Blink-182 and Alice in Chains and Paramore, but they're small enough to respond to every one of your comments, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to see
I
you do
do,
that,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like it works for
Oh
some people.
shit.
Some people
Here
just
you
like
go. Oh
randomly
shit.
get like so many, like their streams will just go crazy, which is always funny to see. But yeah, we're not. We maybe should get on that.
50-50. 50-50.
Yeah,
Save yourself the time. You guys seem to be doing okay without it right now. I'll say that
yeah,
much. You're doing
yeah,
okay.
yeah. We're doing it the old fashioned way. No TikTok.
Sick. Well, God bless. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you guys are watching this TikTok, my Wuhanian overlord bosses, I don't feel this way about you. I love you. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Keep letting the small payments come in. I appreciate you. I will keep the people distracted. But Seth, thank you for joining me today. Fucking awesome time, and people are gonna really like this record. I'm halfway through it. I'm gonna sit down and do the rest right now, and yeah, let's get you back in a couple months. Whole band, you guys might be the first ever double dipping second time guest in the show, unless someone beats
yeah.
you to it. So that's
We'd
yours
love
right
to
now,
be.
and
Yeah, hold
I'll
off on them. Let us do it
yeah,
first.
no, you guys got that, and yeah, well, hey, I'll see you at fucking the emo fight night, brother.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna win. Get that belt
tape up
for me.
them fists. Get ready. All
Awesome.
right,
Appreciate you having me.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
Later, bye.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.